back the river, hold back.
Yeah.
Well then, Alright, so James, before we start, I'm just gonna, get it out of the way. I think you got great style.
Thank you very much.
And great
a little
hair.
bit out of breath there. I appreciate that. I'll take that.
And great hair as well.
Thank you.
But I'm ripping the hat today, I guess.
Absolutely. I had to pass it on and let somebody else do it.
Alright, so you just released a new track, Wild Love.
Wild Love.
And I just heard it. It's
First
awesome.
single. Yes, yeah. Thank you for listening to it. Yeah, first single.
What can you tell us about the track?
Many different things. One of the more obvious things, I think, for fans or even for people newer to my music, is this is the first single for my second record, and I was really excited to make a second record, to make new music and to do something different.
Yeah.
The whole process for me has been about the ethos and the sort of mantra making this new music. I kind of kept saying, well, if I'm not moving forward, I'm just standing still, and standing still is pretty boring.
Yeah.
So I decided to keep moving forward and trying new things. I have so many other musical influences and so many other different inspirations that I wanted to feed into new music. That wasn't necessarily from the same place, born from the same place or same influences as my first record.
But following up the huge amount of success that you've had with your previous tracks, Hold Back the River, Let It Go, have you felt a lot of pressure following up with new tracks, or?
Yeah, I mean.
And how do you cope with that?
Definitely, you do feel pressure. It's probably a similar pressure even to when you're about to go on stage. A lot is expected of you, and you're about to do your best to live up to that.
So what would you say, like, Wild Ones, is it about a lot of things, or is it like a certain event, or?
Oh, the song is kind of about, the song is about, it's kind of about how, it's not, the main lyric in the chorus is, I want to give you wild love. And like,
and what's wild love?
Yeah, it's not really, well, this is the thing, the song isn't about me. It's about wanting somebody else, whoever it is opposite me, or when other people are listening to this song, whoever it is opposite them when they're thinking about it. It's about wanting them to feel empowered and to feel incredible and to be everything that they can be, and kind of helping on that journey.
So before all of this, before the success with all your songs, before the touring, before the great interviews here at NRJ, what did you do? Like, who was James a couple of years ago?
Oh,
because I heard something about that you had a pretty remarkable breakthrough story.
I mean, I was like so many. I was one of these who kind of wanders around wherever I was living at the time. I lived on the south coast of England, in Brighton for a long time, and I lived in London. I still live in London, and I've been around other parts of like the UK and stuff. Just with my guitar, playing open mic nights. I started out in that way, and I did that for a long time before I got recognised or noticed by anybody sort of higher up in the music industry. And it came to be that I was in London playing quite an early slot at an open mic night, and this guy turned up with a camera, and it was kind of a big like film video camera. It wasn't just a small thing. And he filmed a bit of my set and he put it online, and I didn't think much of it. He was a friendly guy, and he said, yeah, I'm going to throw this up on YouTube if that's cool. And I had nothing to lose. He did that, and next thing I know, a few labels had seen it. But the first label to see it were the label I went and signed to, who were some people called Republic Records in New York. And then the next thing I know, I'm going to New York, and the next thing I know, I'm sort of signing a record deal, touring and making an album.
Were you singing your original material? Or?
Absolutely, yeah. I think at the time I was, when that guy was there on that night. And yeah, you throw a cover in at open mic nights always. But this was actually quite a good night where people were kind of into listening to completely unknown performers. So you could play your own stuff and kind of get away with it, and people would kind of care.
Okay, cool.
It isn't always the case.
Cool. And where are you based now? Do you still live in London? Or?
I do. I still live in London, but of course, I suppose when you start putting new music out and touring again, you start to be based everywhere.
Yeah.
But I know, you know,
enjoy it, the touring part.
I do. I love touring. I love touring. We were talking on the way here about a Swedish gig. I think it was in Gothenburg, and Way Out West Festival, and that's one I remember. We were talking about on the way here because so we're here right now, and it's like Stockholm's covered in snow. Yeah. And it's gorgeous, and I'm really used to rain. And when we played Way Out West Festival, it was, and I think this is kind of a thing at that festival. It was pouring with rain all day. It made the day very dark and very grey. But despite all of that, which I'm really used to coming from England, a lot of rain.
Yeah. Well, that's where Gothenburg is also.
Sure, it was. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it was just, and I brought it that day. It was one of those festivals that stands out. I will not forget that one it was just a great set and a great crowd, and it was probably. The sense of that was probably heightened by the fact that I'm stood there on stage a little bit sheltered from all of this rain, and I'm enjoying playing, and despite all of that rain, everybody was having a great time and singing along, so
that's awesome.
It's a good memory.
That's awesome. And we're a couple months into the new year 2018.
Yes.
Did you have any New Year's resolutions, and have you kept them so far?
You know, I make New Year's resolutions. Yeah. And I can sort of feel, every time I make them, I don't always make them, but every time I do, I feel them failing as I'm making them. Okay. You know, and it's always sort of simple stuff like exercising and stuff, which when you haven't been on the road for a minute, you feel yourself, you know, slightly less, being slightly less active and all that stuff. So, you know, I make all those kind of, you know, resolutions to make sure I sort of do kind of essentially boring stuff like that. Yeah. I haven't kept them.
Yeah. I had like a small one.
Go on
for this year, and that was to really like start my own like singing-songwriter career.
I don't know if that's small. That sounds great.
I feel like it shouldn't be that tough. There's just a couple of obstacles in the way, like the fact that I'm a horrible singer and that I don't play the guitar. But I was thinking, you know, having you here, which is you know such a successful artist. If you have any tips for me or anyone else who...
Practice makes perfect.
Practice, okay.
Practice makes perfect. If you don't play the guitar, maybe try and learn to play the guitar or any other instrument. I don't see a lot of singers out there playing the saxophone at the same time, so maybe give that a shot.
Yeah. So you're saying guitar, so I got the style down, would you say?
You got the style down, I got it all the way down, yeah.
I have an artist name as well.
Absolutely.
I call myself Swedish Carl.
Perfect.
Because I'm from Sweden and my name is Carl.
I get it, it makes sense.
That's pretty cool. And then I got a guitar as well.
Great.
I heard you're really into guitars.
I do like guitars.
What do you think about this one?
Correctly. What are you working with here?
I don't know. I just got it from like a second-hand music store.
It's a Fender.
It's a Fender, okay.
Yeah, no, you're doing absolutely fine with that. And it's got someone's name on it. I don't know who that is. Ron.
I thought it was pretty cool because it says loyalty here.
There you go. Well, stay loyal to the guitar, and
do you have any you know word that you or like saying that you
that I would write on my guitar?
Yeah. What would it say on James' bass guitar?
I don't know. I like loyalty, to be honest. Loyalty, that's pretty good. That I think that in a lot of respects sums me up.
Loyalty.
You're gonna need that other hand if you're gonna go for some guitar playing. Here you go. Let me hold this.
All right. So.
Where you go?
Yeah. Where do I go here? Right. Is this G?
No.
No.
It's good. There's a chord. That's almost a D.
Do you mind showing me?
I can show you some stuff. Sure. You're gonna have to hold my.
Yeah.
So you were doing.
So here's a little jam session going on right now. James Bay and Swedish Carl.
And then you almost had a D.
Yeah.
And then your G.
So if I practice really hard this summer, is there any like song that I should, you know, if I set a goal for like the campfire.
The campfire.
By summer, and maybe if I see like a girl there, I want to impress her.
What are you thinking? What do you want around the campfire? What do you want to be singing to this girl?
Maybe something by James Bay.
All right, but you got to sing it.
Okay.
It's early in the morning. I'm not here to do it.
All right.
There we go.
Oh wait, I forgot the lyrics.
Here comes a chorus. 1, 2, 3.
Hold back the river.
Yeah. You know what you're doing.
Hold back the river so
yeah.
Don't
steal my gig.
Hold back the river. Hold back.
Yeah.
Well, then.
You nailed it.
All right. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. James Bay.